This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Welcome to News 25 here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. We hope you have a wonderful Friday, June 17th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, Nye County's primary election results are in. For Nevada State Assembly, Greg Hafen takes the win for another term against contender Matt Sadler. Hafen won 3,031 votes against Sadler's 2,801 here in Nye County only. In the state results, Hafen took a total of 4,246 against Sadler's 3,929. Gregory Koenig for Assembly District 38 took 254 votes here in Nye County against Vida Keller, who won 230, and that's just here in Nye County. Their state totals are 5,739 for Koenig and 4,314 for Keller. Nye County Assessor incumbent Sherry Stringer brought in 5,408 votes to Wayne Buck's 1,829. Nye County Clerk Mark Comp, who is the interim Nye County Treasurer, took that seat of 3,472 votes against the seat that is being vacated by Sandra Merlino. Nye County Commissioner District Bruce Jabor in District 1 won for the next 2 years of that term, 677 votes against Trevor Dolby, who had 580. Nye County Commissioner Leo Blundo lost his District 4 seat with 542 votes to Ron Boscovich, 857 here in the county. Commissioner Deborah Strickland in District 5 retained her seat with 847 votes. Current District Attorney Chris Arabia lost to the county's previous District Attorney Brian Coonsey with 4,435 votes to Arabia's 2,878. Nye County Public Administrator Ginger Stumney is keeping her job with 4,335 votes. So is County Recorder Deborah Beatty, who saw 5,925 votes, deciding for her to stay in office. And Ray Lynn Powers is taking over the Treasurer's office with her 4,550 votes against previous Treasurer John Perdonch in a close sheriff's race. The two will be going to the general election, and that is Joe McGill, who had a total of 3,603 votes, and the current Sheriff Sharon Morley, who had a total of 3,465. Voters can decide in November who they will choose between those two. Well, one person has been killed following an explosion and fire located on property located on Janet Lane.
Prompt Fire Rescue is dispatched for a report of a structure fire. As crews were acknowledging the receipt of the call, we were informed that there was a well-involved structure. The status of the occupant was unknown. Fortunately, our engine 1 was in close proximity and they arrived in less than 3 minutes. Upon their arrival, they found a fully involved Class A motorhome that also was extending to the line of mature trees running along the Prompt Fire Rescue is dispatched for a report of a structure fire. So this fire occurred in an area without hydrants. Therefore, our response considered and brought all of our water tenders. So we had plenty of water for the incident. Crews had water on the fire in very short fashion. We spoke with family and other members who knew the occupant and confirmed that, to the best of their knowledge, that the person was still in the motorhome. As we knocked the fire down, placed it under control, we conducted a quick primary search from the exterior because of the condition of the property, including those explosions that were occurring, and found that there in fact was an occupant in the structure, and the occupant did not survive the fire and became part of a crime scene. So we immediately added additional deputies, the detectives from the Sheriff's Office and the Deputy State Fire Marshal who responded from Las Vegas. It was a mobile vehicle, obviously a motorhome, but it was used as a fixed residence, so it was occupied for an extended period of time on that property. From all the accounts from the witnesses and our preliminary investigation, it is leaning in the direction of a possible propane explosion that caused the fire. And it's supported by physical evidence as well as the statements, and that's where we're heading in this direction, but the investigation is far from over. They weren't necessarily family members, but there was an extended family relationship. There was one of the family members had dated this individual, and so there was a connection, and they knew each other. There was discussions that there was possibility that that person may have been moving that day, but there was no physical evidence to support that. We're leaning in the direction. Right now, it's undetermined still, but there's every indicator. We're investigating all aspects, so we can't really lean in one way or the other, whether it was intentional or not intentional. But we're leaning in the direction of an undetermined fire, most likely in an accidental arena. There was no extension to any of the other closely placed exposures. Sure, so what we commonly and lovingly call our MERV, which is our Mobile Emergency Response Vehicle, that gives us the ability to have our key stakeholders who are going to be involved in this incident. Since this could be a long duration, there's multiple components. It's highly dynamic. So this is that response van that we acquired almost a year ago now, and we use it on significant related incidents that occur in the valley. And this was a really good example of how that came into play. We were able to conference in this particular van, still have eyes on the scene through the point-to-zoom camera fixed on mast, and gave us great ability. If it had occurred at night, we can utilize those same resources in a climate-controlled environment. And again, in this particular case, it was used for incident management and stabilization, and also for the meetings with the stakeholders.
And our condolences to the family. News 25 will return right after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment is brought to you by Higher Society Smoke Shop in Las Vegas. Call 702-982-2300. Call 702-982-2300.
Welcome back. Well, the Prump Moose Lodge was spared this morning when a passerby saw flames showing near the back of the building.
Just before 4 o'clock this morning, we were dispatched for a report of a structure fire. A reporting party indicated that there was observed arcing, followed by smoke and flames. As crews arrived on location, the engine company Captain Soto, found that there was moderate to heavy smoke showing from a unenclosed porch area. He actually completed his 360 size up and found that it would appear to be contained to that porch, but he used good prudent judgment and quickly extinguished the main body of fire on the outside, but they recognized that there was some heat variances within the wall itself. And so he had his crew take some of the material off in the stucco and found that the fire had migrated up underneath the stucco wall surface and had gone up into the wood structure underneath that. So had he not done that, and had he not taken the time to make sure everything was good, we possibly could have been called out much later for an even more well-involved structure. No, so what we were looking at, it appears to be an accidental fire, most likely related to a cleaning project that had occurred the evening of. And they took those discarded cleaning materials, placed them in a plastic container, and in close proximity to where the area of origin was. At some time, the material appeared to break down, ignited, and then went up the wall surface. Yeah, so there was actually no damage to the inside. What there was a light smoke condition from the smoke emanating from that exterior wall and moving in. Easily cleared out. There was no actual fire extension, and of course, there were no injuries. So the business can be open, the club can be open. There was one AC condenser which was ground mounted, and they were going to be repairing that today.
And Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Chief Scott Lewis says that quick thinking by Pahrump Valley disposal drivers saved their equipment from further damage once again. Lewis tells us why this happens on occasion.
Sure. Yesterday afternoon, as we were finishing up a structure fire, we were dispatched for a report of a trash truck fire in your Hafen Ranch Road in Kellogg. As crews arrived on location, they found that the trash truck had actually dumped a load that had caught fire. So there was two separate incidents. There was a hydraulic leak apparently on the truck that may have caused the fire. The load that was burning was placed off to the side, which is exactly what the driver is supposed to do. Places in a safe area with no exposures. Crews came in and quickly extinguished without incident. Yeah, so it's not always from hydraulics. Obviously, it can be from the load itself. So if someone in the wintertime, for example, improperly discards their embers from their fireplaces, and there's a subsequent fire within the trash itself, that can ignite the material that's already in the truck. So the key to it is recognizing it early on, and the drivers out here have done a really good job over the years. I can't think of one time that they made an error, but they look for a safe area, quickly get that burning material out, save the truck, move it off to the side, and then make sure that the fire department's called. We come and take care of the rest.
And one person was taken by ambulance to our local hospital following a crash on the highway. The motorcycle rider sustained non-life-threatening injuries. One person was transported from a two-vehicle crash this afternoon on Highway 160 in Oxbow. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies, and Nevada Highway Patrol arrived on scene. The motorcycle rider was transported by ground ambulance to Desert View Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating. Well, if you're looking into getting into a rewarding career, Nye Communities Coalition can help with a leg up into some federal jobs available now.
So the National Park Service is looking for individuals to come to the National Park Service and work. One of the parks that's close to us is Death Valley National Park. So they have some openings there, and they're going to be out interviewing on the spot, meeting with individuals, explaining the positions that they have, explaining the jobs, the opportunities, how things work with the National Park Service. These are federal jobs, so these are great opportunities for individuals. Getting in, even if you're getting in at the ground level, they're going to explain the benefit package that comes with it, and that they're also going to do 3 sessions with tips on how to complete your resumes for the federal applications. The federal application process, of course, anything to do with government and federal, you know, there's lines you have to understand and I's that have to be dotted and T's that have to be crossed. And so they're just going to be there to give those tips to help that process easier, because people kind of get discouraged when they start applying and they don't understand the process and they give up and then they just don't want to do it. But they're going to be there to help out with that and just make a great opportunity for individuals. So right now, I believe they have the fee stations open. They had a maintenance and a custodial opening, but due to the time frame, I think the HR said they weren't going to be able to get anybody onboarded quick enough. It's COVID funded money, or that related to that. So, but they will have other openings and other opportunities. They'll have their postings there. Hopefully they're going to have other opportunities. They told me they're looking at, within the next month or so, having about 5 to 6 more openings in different departments. It's next Wednesday. It's going to be here already. The 22nd, Wednesday the 22nd. It's at Nye Communities Coalition, 1020 East Wilson Road. I think you all know where we're at. If you don't, come on down. It's the road behind Walmart, everybody says. We're going to be in one of the training rooms there and the computer lab so that they can be showing actual on the computer step-by-step processes. It is from 1 until 6 p.m. on Wednesday the 22nd. Take advantage of those 3 sessions, and the rest of the time you can come in and find out the other information. Build your resume, update your information on our system. You're welcome to come down anytime, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. You can print your resumes there, have them in hand, and you can bring a thumb drive, put it on a thumb drive so that you can upload it easily during the application process online. They can call 775-727-9970, ask questions in the resource room, or just come on by.
More news, including your health report, after this break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. Also brought to you by Silver State Health. Visit silverstatehealth.org or call 702-471-0420 for an appointment. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, here's some great advice with today's Medical Minute from Spring Mountain Medical. Dr. Lewis talks about pain relief.
This Medical Minute is brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical, healthcare the way you've always imagined it.
Hi, I'm Dr. David Lewis. Welcome to this edition of the Medical Minute. Today's topic is pain relief. There are many ways people can get relief from their pain. At Spring Mountain Medical, we offer a multi-dimensional approach. We offer medical practitioners, chiropractors, massage, and mental health services all under the same roof. Sometimes when treating neck or back pain, You may require additional assistance from a medical professional that requires medical attention. We've got your back. At times, your pain can be so great that it affects you emotionally. We have someone that can help you with that. When your body's out of alignment, we can provide relief from that too. With so many different ways to help, call us today to find out how we can help you. My name is Dr. David Lewis, and this has been a Medical Minute brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical.
And here's Josh Osborne to tell us all about his Great Computer Deals tech tip, talking about computer virus threats.
Hi guys, Josh Osborne with Great Computer Deals. It's time for another quick tutorial, viewer question edition. One viewer asks, what's the #1 threat facing normal computer users? That is an easy one, online scams. This is where a hacker pretends to be someone that you like or trust, Microsoft, Amazon, your computer's antivirus software. Typically, they're going to tell you that your computer's security is at risk and they need you to let them remote into your computer. Don't let them do it. You are not the exception. 10 out of 10 times, this is a scam. If you do let them onto your computer, they'll have access to all your email, bank, social media accounts. Remember, these scams can appear on your computer, but also via phone too, so be very wary. If you've already been taken advantage of, come in and see us. We can help you. Why trust a technician when you can trust a friend? Great Computer Deals is located at 1190 East Highway 372. Call us at 775-990-8833.
All right, here's today's Cleveland Clinic Health Report.
Kevin O'Neill and Eric Portinga are still adjusting to their new life after becoming parents to not one, not two, but 3 identical baby girls.
Starting with the oldest, Parker, she's always just been sort of the leader of the pack in the sense that she was the first one born.
Robin is the fiery one.
She's either calm or she's screaming.
And then Sylvie is the smallest, and we always call her, like, she makes the cutest noises, she squeaks.
Kevin and Eric have always wanted a family and spent a long time researching their options before deciding on surrogacy.
One of our really good friends here knew Maureen, who are our surrogate, and she connected us.
They agreed it would be best to use an egg donor, meaning Maureen would not be the biological mother. However, none of them could have predicted that the embryo used would eventually split into 3.
Identical triplets, just completely rare, just so unexpected.
Yeah.
I remember just feeling really up for the adventure. It was like, well, we're here, we're doing this.
Maureen was closely monitored throughout the pregnancy since she was considered high risk. Fortunately, there were no major complications, and her delivery at Cleveland Clinic went well.
The little girls did well. They were managed again by our NICU team. All of them were born in the 4 to 5 pound weight range. And I think that they stayed within the NICU about 2 to 3 weeks.
Kevin and Eric are now getting ready to celebrate their first Father's Day, and they couldn't be more grateful.
I just can't imagine.
Because that's just a fantasy at this point.
For Cleveland Clinic, I'm Brittany Harris.
All right, now I want to cuddle a baby. Well, here's a baby that you can cuddle if you're looking for an energetic dog that hopes to relax into his new home. Meet Lake, who is available right now at Desert Haven Animal Society.
This segment is brought to you by Higher Society Smoke Shop in Las Vegas. Call 702-982-2300. Call 702-982-2300.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and we are here with this incredibly large ball of energy named Lake. Lake looks like he might be a black lab and a shepherd mix. He's very interesting. He has a little bit of a longer coat, has some markings of a shepherd with the tan colors, but then has very long floppy ears and a longer snout like a lab. He is a ball of energy. He will need a lot of playtime. He is so sweet though. You could tell that he really wants to listen, wants to go and learn all these new things, but he's just so excited. He's just way too excited to see his new family and hang out and get love and pets and play with toys and run around like crazy. If you want to come and see this adorable puppy or any of his friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, you can give them a call at 775-751-7020. You can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. And Lake wants to remind everyone that they are open 7 days a week for adoption, so definitely come and see him.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, I can hear the winds and you can see them out there, and there is a wind advisory. We'll tell you about that and more right after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Happy Friday. Good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, looking at this weekend and going, oh boy, it's going to be a dinger. I'll tell you what, up in Fernley and Fallon, Carson City, everybody's breathing a sigh of relief. The heat seems to be breaking. 70 degrees in Fernley, 72 in Fallon. Carson City, the cool spot at 65. If you get down to Tonopah and everywhere south of that in the state, we're under a red flag warning, and they're worried about the wind. The wind is really kicking up. But the temperature's not too bad. 74 degrees out there in Tonopah, 76 in Goldfield. Beatty saw 88. They were triple digits just yesterday. A nice relief for them. 94 out in Amargosa, 102 in Las Vegas, a hot spot in the state today. Death Valley, just a degree more, 103 degrees. Seems kind of paltry compared to Las Vegas. And here in the Paradise of Pahrump, 92. That's our current temperature. 95 just a little bit earlier. Southwesterly winds started about 10, 11, continued all day long, 22 mile per hour. The sun rose this morning at 5:26. We like that part. It's setting this evening at 8:03. And how we'll miss it. We're going to see a couple little clouds as the sun goes down tonight. Should be a gorgeous sunset as we head for our low of 67 degrees. Those winds continuing out of the south-southeast to 18 miles per hour all night long. And even into tomorrow, look at this, 19 mile per hour winds. But temperatures in the mid-80s, that'll seem kind of pleasant on Sunday when the wind does calm down just a few miles per hour. Starting out the week, looks like we get Monday, Tuesday in the 90s, rapidly hitting triple digits Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and probably for the rest of our life until fall. It's just a guess. Back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
All right, a bunch of things happening, including a car show tomorrow right there on Calvada Boulevard. It's right near Highway 160. You'll see it there at 2360 East Calvada Boulevard. That's from 8 a.m. until 4. That is on Saturday, June 18th. Of course, movie night that we have there at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park, which is off of Honeysuckle between Pahrump Valley Boulevard and Dandelion Street. We will have that movie tomorrow night. I'm having a hard time reading that flyer right now, but you can probably see it right there on your screen. And of course, we're going to have the Pahrump Arts Council is having their theater performance, and that is going to be happening June 18th at 6 p.m. right there at Nye Communities Coalition at 1020 East Wilson Road. They're going to have some other performances too, June 25th and July 2nd and July 16th. You can find all these flyers, of course, on our KPVM Facebook page. And we want to also recognize Juneteenth is going to be happening. The county offices will be off on Monday in honor and recognition of Juneteenth Freedom Day, and they will be back open on Tuesday, and you'll find all of that information on our KPVM Facebook page as well. And of course, we'll be here on Monday, and we want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day out there, and we hope that you have the best weekend ever. Please stay safe. We'll see you back here on Monday. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Good night.